Namaskar, welcome to your ultimate gateway to Hinduism. Yes, it's Sadhana on S3 with me, Alisha Gayapasad. On the show today, we keep you informed and entertained as Duncan Rice shows you how to increase your strength through his techniques of yoga. We then depart with a beautiful and warm music video in honoring India's and South Africa's struggle in liberation. Dedicated to Swaminarayan, Delhi's Akshardham temple is known for its aesthetic beauty, unique exhibitions, and its tranquility. It is a mandir, an abode of God, a Hindu house of worship, and a spiritual and cultural campus dedicated to devotion, learning, and harmony. Timeless Hindu spiritual messages, vibrant devotional traditions, and ancient architecture are all echoed in its art. Sadhana crossed the seas to meet with Dr. Dave in New Delhi, who lovingly shared insights about this exclusive temple.
Akshardham is a very big complex. It is in 100 acres of land, 100 acres. And it has two main monuments. One is the big monument on the other side. One is the temple of worship. This temple as well as Akshardham, both are built without the use of iron and steel. There is no use of iron, there is no use of steel, because all our ancient big temples were built without the use of iron and steel, because there was no iron, there was no steel, there was no cement. We are following the same method of Vastu Shilpa Shastra, how to build the temple. And therefore whatever you see here is made from pure marble stone.
So what does Akshardham mean?
See, Akshar means imperishable and Dhamma means the residence. The residence of God is immortal like God himself. It doesn't change. So Akshardham is the place of worship, the temple where we have the sacred images of God. So this is the temple of Swaminarayan. Swaminarayan was born in 1781 in a very small village near Ayodhya. On the same day Ram was born. That is called Chaitra Shukla Navami. That is known as Ram Navami. You know. And on Ram Navami, Bhagwan Swaminarayan was born. On Ram Navami, Bhagwan Ram was born. And between them, there was hardly the distance of 100 kilometers. And at the age of 11, after the demise of the father and mother, he left his home without taking anything, barefooted. And he traveled for 7 years from 11 to 18, the whole of India. He traveled up to, Kailas Mansarovar in Tibet, in Nepal, Badrinath, Kedarnath in UP, and down Kanyakumari he saw Rameshwaram temple. In the east he went to Jagannath Puri, in the west he went to Pandharpur, and then he came to Gujarat at the age of 18, and from 18 to 49 his life was spent there to establish, a particular way of life, what we call, Hinduism, which has the combination of Dharma, Gyan, Vairagya and Bhakti, 4 basic elements. And he explained it, very simply. Dharma doesn't mean religion, it is a way of life, which is a moral way of life. And the knowledge or Jnana is to know who you are. And the Vairagya is not to have any attachment except to the God or God realized person. And the Bhakti is a devotion to God.
So what is the speciality of the Akshardham temple?
Akshardham temple, first of all I will tell you, before Delhi Akshardham, we had built one Akshardham in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. And this is the second one. The third and fourth are being built. One in Robbinsville, New Jersey in USA, which will be most probably inaugurated in the month of August or September of this year. And the fourth one is being built in Surat in Gujarat. So they are huge temples. As I told you, Dhamma is the residence where you stay, and Akshara is imperishable residence. Like God, His residence is also imperishable. That is our concept. So Akshardham temples are very huge temples. Second thing, Akshardham Gandhinagar, Akshardham Delhi, has huge garden called Bharata Upvan. And in that Bharata Upvan, you have all our story right from the time of Upanishad to Bhagavad Gita to the modern time. You have, gods and goddesses, the statues and stories. But more than that, what we have is very high-tech exhibition in hall number 1, 2, 3 and musical fountain. And those things, in hall, first is called audio animatronic hall, in which Bhagavan Swaminarayan, while talking to his devotee, stands up. His statue, he is there, but he stands up. And then he talks as if he is a human being talking. Then, we have a multimedia show.
While the sun is setting at Swaminarayan Akshardham, take your seat on the ancient stepwell to experience the age-old truth, where the stepwell transforms into the courtyard of the heaven, where water plays with children.
Along with worship, there is a source of education, inspiration and information passed on to visitors and devotees. And there are unique exhibitions that are put out in this mandir, as well as a wonderful water fountain.
Water fountain, I tell you, I have seen Disneyland, Disney World, Epcot Center and so many, but nowhere, according to me and my experience, there is a water fountain like this here. Because in this water fountain, there are living characters. Not only visualization, not only lighting and water, but human beings, boys, taking part in that and giving a very good message. What is the message? The message of the entire water show is that, in the beginning, 4 young boys come and running, and they say that this is a beautiful place. They start singing, and as per their singing, the water fountain also sings. So they are very much, then said this is something very unique. What has happened? And at that time, on the big screen, that is a wall, we don't have a cloth-made screen. We have the wall as the screen because it is very huge, almost 90 feet. Yes. So on the wall, there is a function in the heaven, and all gods become very angry. He says, who are these making noise, Then the first, the water god comes, then the wind god comes, then the fire god comes, then the sun god comes, and all of them, they tried, to push this and to punish these boys. The boys have only one single statement. We have got a flower here. If you are the god of fire, remove this, burn it. Burn it, our flower, if you have the power and the strength. Then the water god is called, if you have the power, take it away. The wind god is also told the same thing. The sun god is also. All of them tried and all of them failed. We have a huge film on 90-feet screen. The screen is 90 feet, 9 floors. And it shows the life of Bhagavan Swaminarayan from his birth till he comes to Gujarat. And at the end, we have the boat ride through civilization of India.
Dr. Dave, thank you so much for giving me your time. But before we close off, I would just like for you to give South Africans back home a message from the Akshardham Mandir and also to the youth out there as to how to keep Hinduism alive in this 21st century.
See, the great message that was given by the builder of Akshardham was, in the happiness of others lies your own. You know, if you really want to be happy, make others happy. And when you want to make others happy, you have to give away your self-interest and your ego. Two things, mate. Give up your, ego. In the happiness of the others lies your own. You will really be happy if you make one single person happy.
My experience at the Akshardham Mandir in Delhi, as well as my conversation with Dr. Dave, has been so spiritually enriching. This temple is really a great sight to the eye and definitely has great power of prayer.